upon me. He brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley. He asked me, "Son of man, can these bones live?" I said, "O sovereign Lord, you alone know." Then he said to me, "Prophesy to these bones and say to them, dry bones, hear the voice of the Lord. I will make breath into you, and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord." So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I was prophesying, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone. I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. Then he said to me, "Prophesy to the breath, and say to it, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe into these slain, that they may live." So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army.
So,
You can tell. Okay, so on Friday, we were highlighting some of the words and the differences within the two Bibles, and yes, there was different wording within the two Bibles, but some made it easier to understand, more explanation. And in the evolution of time, many words were changed, yet the meaning still stayed the same. The NAV Bible is a different Bible alone, and it was made by somebody else who wanted different wording.
Ezekiel was a trained priest, he went to school, but his dreams were crushed by Nebuchadnezzar. Then at Thurston, he started to have visions. This reading was one of his visions that he received. Ezekiel was a prophet. He probably had a different mindset. Also, he was in a different time period, so he probably wasn't corrupted by all the things today.
There are such words as dry bones, which means the dead spirit within you to want to be like God. Symbols, the dry bones represent how hopeless the situation was and how new Israel was created. The breath that Ezekiel prophesied into them represented new life they had have with God.
The two characters were basically God and Ezekiel. Ezekiel, his background, he had been educated to become a priest and started having visions, like I said earlier. And the Valley of Dry Bones was one of them. And then God, we know he was the Father and he created us humans in his image from dust. The characters came together in this story to make new Israel. They are related in that God created Ezekiel like us, and he wanted Ezekiel to help him complete his task.
Source criticism. The sources said it was the creation of New Israel. They also said that all things were possible with God. The way the story was told differs because the sources have become more exciting tone than all the words in the Bible.
History of interpretation. When these dry bones live, we should ask ourselves this: can we make the Spirit of God stay in our lives and to be true in His world? Can we use this passage in our daily lives, in our marriages? Just how Ezekiel believed it was impossible to revive the dry bones in the story. he still prophesies and did end up reviving them. If we just put our trust in God like Ezekiel, we will revive the spirit within us and our loved ones. He gives us hope that we will be able to go to heaven.
The moral of the story was that no matter how hopeless the situation is, God is willing to renew his trust in us, and he'll forgive you. You just have to do what Ezekiel did and trust him. And that's our source.